We got shirts on sale. Express your evolution and starter Pokemon love by buying an Evolution Family shirt and Which One starter shirt. Link will be in the description below. Holy cow, you guys. Within the first couple hours of the Ghost type video, the idea of me giving you guys my opinions on all the fire Pokemon blew up like wildfire, which is actually kind of fitting. That is a lot of upvotes, and there are even separate ones with like 50 upvotes. So I guess today I'm giving you guys my opinions on all the fire type Pokemon. As always, in giving my opinion on types of Pokemon, I give either a short or long analysis as to why I like or dislike a certain Pokemon. This time around, it will be a 50-50 split between liking and disliking. There are only a few fire Pokemon that I truly hate, so I don't think this will be all that bad. When going over all these Pokemon, I will be giving my opinion on all the fire Pokemon. This includes forms and Mega Evolutions. Fire Pokemon are really cool though, and I'm excited to give you guys my opinions on all of them. So that being said, let's spice it up. I made a bad pun. You know, I used to hate Charmander, but now he is one of my favorite fire starters. It's adorable. Props to Ash for picking up this little guy when it was abandoned. I am neutral about Charmeleon, to be honest. Ash's Charmeleon kind of ruined it for me, but I still like it as an evolution, that aside. Charizard freaking psych. This was me a few years back. Charizard is an awesome fire type starter. I mean, it's a fire dragon, that's pretty cool. Every time I saw Ash's Charizard as a kid, I would smile because I knew a victory wasn't coming. I wish we could actually see Ash's Charizard more often. Also, its shiny is one of the best shiny Pokemon ever made, including its Gen 2 shiny where it was originally purple. I like both the black shiny and purple shiny. Charizard X is my favorite of both of Charizard's megas. I like running a physical Zard more than a special one. Tough Claws and the physical attacks it gets just make it so great to use in competitive. Pokemon Origins introduced me to this awesome form of Charizard, and it made me love and appreciate this form in Charizard a lot more. Zard Y is I think it's fun to use in competitive, but I don't like it a lot design-wise. My fourth favorite Pokemon of all time and one of the cutest Pokemon to ever walk the Pokemon Earth. My mom bought me the VHS tape, Fashion Victims, which was a cassette tape of some Pokemon episodes. In that tape, that was the episode where Brock got Vulpix from Suzy, and ever since then, I have loved Vulpix and thought it was extremely adorable. I love Japanese mythology and the Silver Kitsune, which Ninetales is based off of. It's also just as adorable as Vulpix. Foxes are one of my favorite animals too. I like Vulpix more than Growlithe, but I can't deny I love Growlithe too. James's Growlithe and the history it has is just heartwarming. Awesome Pokemon. I love the fact that I can ride on it in Let's Go. It may not actually be a legendary Pokemon like the Pokedex says it is, but it's legendary in my book. I want to learn to ride horses. Seeing Ash ride Ponyta was super cool to watch. I want to ride Rapidash and not burn my butt. It's a majestic Pokemon for sure. We just talked about Alola and Marowak last week, so the answer is pretty much the same. I think it's one of the most creative regional variants there is. Going from ground to fire and ghost was a huge change, and the lore for it is super amazing. Definitely read some of the dex entries. It is worth it to me. The design is amazing, and I forgot to mention that the shiny is actually purple, so that's another plus. It's just a great Pokemon. I have always liked Magmar, especially when it fought Ash's Charizard. I love the respect it gave to it. Oh, also, Tit Duck. I love Flareon, but I wish it could have been better in earlier Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, it's cute, I just wish I didn't have to buy Flamethrower just for it to be a decent Pokemon in Generation 3, Fire and Leaf Green. I like Moltres, but it literally reminds me of a big rubber chicken. Cyndaquil is one of my favorite fire starters. I loved how cute Ash's was in the anime and how it battled against that one girl Skarmory in the Johto series. Its cry is also precious. I'm talking about more in the anime than in the games. I'm gonna be blunt. I think I prefer Kolava over Typhlosion, not even because of Ash's. I just find it super cute and I want to cuddle it. Okay, so I love Typhlosion a lot as well. Fun fact about Typhlosion is that it was actually my first level 100 Pokemon. In Pokemon Silver, I beat the entire Pokemon game with only Typhlosion. It was such an awesome Pokemon to use. I one-hit KO everything with Flame Wheel, and it was just so satisfying to watch. Also, Pokemon Chronicles made me love Typhlosion even more. It's got a cool shiny, and I love the fact that it's a crawling piece of magma. I don't mind Magcargo, but it's just not one of my favorite fire Pokemon. I like the cute shell it has on its back though. I love the aspect of it being a Hellhound. I wish I could have used one on my Johto team though. Literally, Cerberus. I love Houndoom and Hellhounds once again. There was a lot of potential for Mega Houndoom, and I wish they could have done more. I like the effort they tried to give it though. It's still fun to use as a Mega nonetheless. Magby is one of those cases where I prefer its beta design over the original. I think it looks more like Magmar in its beta, and I like that more than its current design. I remember the first time I saw Entei. It was in Pokemon 3 and it played the father of Molly, the little girl female protagonist of the movie. Molly was a little girl who had an insane imagination. She wanted a world with her mother and happiness. One day her father, Professor Hill, went to some ruins and found some unknown. They took him and they then made Molly's imaginations realities, making Entei her father. Entei was such a father figure Pokemon to Molly, and I admire its bravery and courage it had. What a legendary Pokemon, literally. The first generation 2 Pokemon we ever saw. I love this Pokemon so much. It's actually my second favorite legendary Pokemon. It has a fantastic shiny to which I'm currently hunting for on Twitch, so you guys should go follow me on there. Torchic is easily one of the cutest fire starters. It's funny though that this little chick turns out to be this giant fighting chicken though later on. I mean, I like Combuskin, but you can't tell me it doesn't look inappropriate. I used to hate Blaziken because of how busted it was in competitive. Now I love it design-wise and battle-wise. Set up speed boost and you're good to go with this kung fu fighting chicken. Literally what I said about Blaziken, except now it's more busted. To be honest, I don't think it needed a Mega Evolution for it to be viable, but if you're gonna make Megas for all the Hoenn starters, you need to include it to make the set complete, so I get it. I don't really mind it, to be honest. It's one of those neutral Pokemon I don't really like nor dislike. I like Camerupt more than Numel. I like how its entire body is just a walking volcano. The humps on its back are also a cute bonus in that regard. Camerupt needed a Mega, but I don't think it was the right approach because it's still horrible in a competitive sense. I don't really know a lot about VGC, but I do know people are going to tell me, oh, Trick Room makes it good. If it's good because it has to be reliant on a move, then it's not good. It has to rely on a 1-factor chance to even be considered as decent. So no, it's not good. Torkoal! Literally the best Pokemon sound from the anime is Ash's Torkoal. It's just so derpy and precious. I also used one in my Emerald playthrough, and it was actually really fun to use. Yeah, I'm still not the biggest fan of Castform. It might be better than its regular form, but it still sucks to me. Sorry. I prefer Primal Kyogre. I'm gonna leave it at that. This is my favorite starter right here. I think I have more of a personal relationship with this one because of Ash picking up Paul's Chimchar. Chimchar was so cute, and I'm happy it found a great companion in Ash. Cool middle stage evolution. I liked how I was able to use Mach Punch against Rourke right when my Chimchar evolved. My favorite fully evolved fire starter is none other than Infernape. I have always loved Infernape not only because Ash used one and it was super awesome to see, but it's also because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan and seeing Infernape has always reminded me of Saiyans. I'm a huge Vegeta fan, so I always name mine Vegeta. Saiyans transform into apes, just so everyone knows. I don't think this evolution of Magmar was necessary. I think Magmar is better design-wise as well. It's my favorite Rotom form and I think it's fun to use in competitive. Heatran is certainly an interesting Pokemon on this list. It's got the cool type combo of Fire and Steel and is the only legendary Pokemon that can either be male or female, which is weird, but pretty cool. Victini's history is honestly so sad. It was abandoned on an island and locked up, and that makes me very emotional, making me want to hug it. Victini is also fun to use in competitive. Literally all I ever run is Choice Scarf on Victini. I actually like Tepig. I think how Ash found Tepig and took it in was great. You were cute, however your evolutions are not. You're ugly and disgusting. Get off my screen, you vile creature. I think Emboar Shiny is actually really cool. I don't mind Emboar as much as Pignite. I just wish Emboar could have been a quadruped hog. Other than that, it's not bad. Literally garbage. Even Japan hates you. Bigger garbage. Japan still hates you. I always see dolls based off of Darumaka at the Japanese stores. Darumaka is adorable. I love Darmanitan, and to me, this is one of the best fire Pokemon to use competitively. I have had the privilege of using this monster on a few best teams before, and it was a great asset to have. I would definitely consider using one again, hands down. Even though it's not used too often, I still love Darmanitan in its Zen mode form. In fact, I actually like it more than its regular form. The lore of it being based on the Daruma doll and the three-wise monkeys is super cool. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last time, but its Deep Blue Shiny form is really amazing. Once again on the list is the Litwick line, so same story here. It's a cute little candle and definitely one of the best inanimate object Pokemon. Such an awesome Pokemon. I love that it's based on an oil lamp. Its shiny is super nice too with those green eyes and purple flame. Shout out to Spectre once again, like I stated last week. I like how it's based off the Hitodama. It's a super cool Pokemon. I think Heatmore looks like Renee Zellweger, aka an anteater. The Larvesta line is pretty awesome with its bug and fire type combination. It's such a shame that you get it so late in black and white though. Would have been a super cool Pokemon to have on the team. Volcarona easily has one of the best designs in Gen 5, hands down. People can say whatever they want about Gen 5 having lazy or not so great Pokemon, but all of that is negated just by looking at this thing. It's also got some pretty crazy and layered lore, so I would definitely check into it if I were you. It's actually really amazing. The only unfortunate thing I dislike about Volcarona is how late Larvesta evolves into it. I love Reshiram. I actually didn't get Pokemon Black the first time around, and I really regret that. Reshiram is just so majestic, and it also has a pretty simple yet effective shiny. Aw, man. I was Team Fennekin at first. I mean, how could I not be? It's an adorable fire fox. It's pretty much the perfect starter for me. I love foxes. But then Braixen happened. Why put a fox on 2 legs? I knew there was no coming back from this, and I was so disappointed. Although I did use Braixen as my main in Pokken tournaments, so I kind of like it, I guess. And then Delphox came after and sealed the deal. This thing is just so ugly and I hate it. I wanted to like this line so much, but I just can't. Literally the only things that redeemed Delphox even a little is that it wasn't part fighting type and its shiny form is purple. Other than that, just put this thing in the garbage can with Torterra. I don't have much of an opinion on Fletchinder to be honest. It's just bigger Fletching with the fire type. Rest in peace, Talonflame. You were so good in Gen 6, but they just had the nerf Gale Wings. I can understand why, but man, it's a bummer. Litleo is so cute and is the perfect Lion Cub Pokemon. That's all I really have to say about it. It's a real shame that Pyroar ended up being so bad. We finally got a vicious looking lion Pokemon and it can't really do much. I mean, at least the male and female each have super cool traits about them, so it's pretty great from that perspective, I guess. I don't know a lot about this Pokemon, so I don't have too much of an opinion on it, which sucks because it seemed like we were actually going to get some cool quests to get it with the lore we got in Pokemon X and Y. But unfortunately, he was just a code and given to us at the Pokemon Center. Firewater is a cool type combo, so I guess there is that. Litten is so freaking adorable, and Ashes in the anime really tugged at my heartstrings. It truly cared for Stoutland watching Litten care for it up until the thing that happened to it. I'm not going to spoil anything, and that really works me up, so I love you, Litten. Now, Torracat is pretty cool too. Yeah, it's just a bigger cat, but it definitely looks a little feistier and fortunately doesn't have middle stage syndrome, like a lot of starters have. Again, I used to hate Sinnoh, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has made me like him so much more, so he's alright in my book. Bile Oricorio is honestly so nice. I love that it's based on a flamenco dancer, but even more than that, I love its shiny. A simple color swap of black and red eyes, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't look absolutely stunning. I love it. I love this little mischievous lizard, although I wish he would have a split male evolution. I actually did a video with the concept for one recently, so you all should go check that out. Regardless of no male evolutions, I will say that I do love Salazzle. It's so cool, and Lucamine's in the anime was just the perfect representation of the Pokemon to me. Ah yes, the cool explosion turtle. This guy is pretty awesome, although it's pretty sad he's not that good and competitive because I would love to be able to use him. Maybe Game Freak can adjust him a bit and he'll be better in Pokemon Sword and Shield. A guy can hope, right? Also, in the anime, Inferno Overdrive, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Just like last week, we're ending on Blacephalon, so my opinion is gonna be the same. It's a very cool but morbid Pokemon, taking its head off and exploding it to attack, which is fitting for its Japanese name, which literally translates to head goes boom. Also, those Michael Jackson moves in the anime are pretty sick. Well, that wraps up my opinions on all the fire-type Pokemon. There were definitely a few fire Pokemon that I really didn't like, but for the most part, I have no problem with most of the fire-type Pokemon. In fact, some of them are my favorites in many different ways. What are your favorite fire Pokemon, though? Let me know in the comments below, as well as the typing you want me to cover next week. As always, the typing with the most upvotes in the comments will be the typing I cover next. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch where I stream a lot of Pokemon content and all kinds of other content like Nintendo, Borderlands, and much more. Want to support me further and gain cool perks? Check out my Patreon. Fly Jubilee, Daniel Leone, Lady Crimson, Pal491, The Lazy Leo, Matthew Young, Awesome Lego, and Jarrett Weez Austin. I want to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mr. Gumbrand and I will see you in the future for more awesome Pokemon content.